Hello everyone, and welcome to the LilSimsie Shell Challenge. I cannot begin to tell you how much I hated building this. I rage quit this challenge at least twice. I'm sure it was more, but it was at least twice. Building on a diagonal is literally the worst because everything is a render issue. You can't place your kitchen on a diagonal. I didn't know that until I did this challenge. But you can't place your kitchen on a diagonal, so it has to go in the straight spots so that it doesn't have that stupid, awful render issue that you see there. So right now, all I'm trying to do is figuring out where to, and you see me putting the stairs there, or at least you saw me putting the stairs there. That didn't happen like in 5 minutes that you saw. That took me 2 days to figure out where to put the stairs, and I think I do change it once more. But yes, the kitchen I knew had to go in the straight spots, and I knew I had to cut off some of the diagonal corners. I'll probably be making them into built-in shelving units, which you will see in a few minutes. But yeah, I was just playtesting to see if they can actually get down from one of the stairs into a room, which they can, thankfully. So what we're making is the master bedroom and the master bath right now, and there you see me putting the shelving units inside the diagonal space, which I had to cut off, which I mean it looks pretty good, and you always have some sort of inbuilt storage in a bathroom, or at least where I live we do. So now you see me trying to figure out if I want to do like a step down elevation, which I obviously don't, because these stairs don't go on a diagonal, which just I mean I don't understand why they don't go on a diagonal, because I found a set of stairs in the debug menu, which under the live edit menu, which is just game items that we can use, the world items that we can use. And those stairs, they're stone steps, I think they came with university, they do actually move on a 45-degree bias, but the in-game staircase only go on a 90-degree bias. Anyways, so when I saw this, when I saw the shell, I knew that I wanted this big large area in the back, full of windows, and I wanted it to be the living area. I knew this much the moment I saw it. I just had to figure out everything around it, and that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Is just basic decoration. Once you have the floor plan down, it becomes easier. So I wanted the vibe of this house to be something like converted, like it used to be an old building that was converted, or not exactly a warehouse, but just an old factory sort of build, which is why we have the exposed brick inside, and most of the structure was damaged, and the new family that was moving in has decided to keep a few key features like the staircase in the same place, or not doing more addition to the build itself, and just maintaining the actual structure of it. You'll see me put in a few exposed pipes on the side right now in a few minutes, and the idea is again the same, that it is a converted factory or a converted industrial space into a residential lot. And I wanted the overall appearance to be clean, not too much going on, but still enough for it to look lived in, because I like clutter, I really do, and I think clutter is what makes a home, like a house, into a home. It makes it more lived in, but at the same time I don't want it to be overburdened by clutter. I don't want it to feel crowded by things and not people, and that's pretty much why everything is sort of in its place but slightly askew. And over here you see me struggling to find a rug, and literally this is the only rug that I find that works with this bed. And again, finding a rug for the dining table. I don't particularly like a house opening into a dining room, and I suppose I could have switched the dining table or turned it around a little bit to make it so that it opened into like a more open space. But at the same time, I don't really mind it that much because there is a lot of space going in and around the house. And I like the dining table being the main focus, because it shows that the people that live here actually like to entertain and like to have family dinners and like to have people over. And those are the exposed pipes that I was talking about. And originally I wanted to put these little shoes, because the family that I made for this house is actually a boy and twin girls. And that's why I put like 3 frames and then 3 shoes, and of course them growing up. And the little fork and the spoon thing is obviously from their childhood. And just trying to clutter up the kitchen over here a little bit. Again, did not want to put too much in the kitchen, but just enough to make it feel lived in. I love that painting. I think it comes in the Debug menu. It's gorgeous. I love the colors on it. It really does pull the room together. And that's pretty much it. I was trying to decide on a dog station and where I wanted it. I love that little shelf that came with cats and dogs. And I think it really does pull an entire space together, like a little tiny space for a dog together. But and I wanted like a dog to feel part of the family. This is me trying to figure out the upstairs layout. It was pretty simple because I wanted 2 rooms and I wanted the washroom outside, and I also wanted a little space outside. I didn't want too many walls on the upper floor because it is on a diagonal and it is so small. I didn't really want too many walls, but I did want big windows. I wanted some natural light to come in because I didn't want it to feel suffocating just to be inside the house. And I love this big glass door. I absolutely adore it, and I pretty much use it in every build for an outdoor balcony space because I think it looks so good. And these are the windows, I think, from Cats and Dogs that I put up. And I know I put up these paintings on the wall because every time I find them in the debug menu, I just have to just pick them up and put them on the wall so I don't have to go looking for it again. I did do 2 sinks on in the bathroom upstairs because there are 3 kids upstairs, and it can get crowded if they're not, if they don't have space to brush their teeth or do their wash their face, or in the mornings it can get crowded. So that's why I did 2 sinks upstairs. And of course with the floral thing, because they're 2 girls and they've taken up the space, but I'll change that to a blue. This is the bedroom for the twin girls. I had a sort of story in my mind that the girls, one of them was a brainiac, wanted to go to Foxbury, and the other one wanted to study literature at Rochester. And that's pretty much where that room came from. And now I lost the footage of myself decorating the other room, but you'll see the other room coming up in screenshots at the end of the video. Here I'm just sort of doing a bit of landscaping on top. I want to do like a dry garden up here, which does not require much work. This house would be much suited in what's that place? The desert place. Okay, I've forgotten the name, but this is like a dry garden upstairs, and then you don't really need to water and it'll just thrive on its own. I don't have the footage for doing the other bedroom, but apparently the other son that I decided was going to be a painter and an artist, and that is what I made his bedroom to be. I love that little bed with the Van Gogh sheets, the Starry Night sheets, so that's what I used for that. It's just me doing a quick deck on the front, and I love this little nook in the corner, and you'll see me start to create a moment over there in a minute. And yeah, this is just me trying to cut and figure out where to put the stairs in, because again the stairs can't go on a bias, so the stairs have to go there, and trying to figure out where to put the entrance. I love the white deck that comes the white floorboard that comes with cats and dogs again. I think they're beautiful for an outside suburban house. And I like tucking the post box in a little corner. It's visible but still tucked away, and this is me trying to create a little sort of moment with a bench, which is sort of, it feels very romantic, very old school. I'll change the background of it in a while. Love these, love these corner seats that came again, I think with cats and dogs. I love that entire pack. The garden at the back of the kitchen, I wanted there to be like a little kitchen garden where you can grow your herbs, you can grow your little vegetables. I think the sim that I designed to be playing in this house has like the garden aspiration, but I'm not sure I'm going to play with them. But that was the general idea, because I always like the idea of a little kitchen garden at the back, just right outside the kitchen, that you can look into. I just like adding bird baths to my builds in the front, because when I was growing up, we had a bird bath right out the front in our front yard, and it was such a beautiful sight, because I had my room right in the front, and it was just a nice thing to have every morning. I also did a big oak tree at the back right above the swings. I think I should have scaled it up just a little bit, but when I did, it just seemed far too big. Like, it seemed obnoxious in that space, and that's why I just kept it as it was. But I like the idea of having like a big tree right out the back that your kids can grow up under and just hide out under, or you can build a tree house in. Of course, we don't have that option in The Sims 4, but it's a nice idea of realistic living, of just having a big oak tree, something that just grows with you as a sapling and then into a big beautiful overgrown tree. This is just me doing the roofing, which I hate. I absolutely detest roofing because I'm not good at it. I really do suck at it. And I wanted to put the chimney in, of course, because we had the big fireplace, and it is a modern fireplace, I do realize that. And I might have swapped it out for something more traditional, which I should have, but I like the clean modern look of the fireplace. I think it's just something that the homeowners decided to keep the chimney but replace the fireplace, just for the aesthetic of the house or the aesthetic of the build. And again, just doing the outdoor paint and the siding, and I decided on the red brick because I wanted to be like a striking house. And I love red brick houses because I think they really do stand out in the neighborhood wherever they are. Although if you are putting this in like in a desert area like Oasis Springs or Springerville, this color scheme might not work. But I do like the idea of a suburban house having the bright red brick walls and the black roof, the shingled roof. And right now I'm just again adding to the desert garden and just checking last minute on the lighting. And in a minute we're just going to go into the screenshots and see how beautiful it actually looks at night and how gorgeous it is. And I love the idea of using these little grass planters on top of my outdoor spaces. I think they look pretty. They don't usually work all the time, like 100% of the time, because there's like a shadow render issue with them sometimes if you scale them down, but in some spaces they really do work, like on top of tables or top of counters, and I love using that. And we're just going to get into the screenshots, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and there's more coming up soon. I have the Plumbella shell coming up in the next video, and I hope you guys liked, and I hope you guys subscribe for more, and please comment more or post links of what you want me to do next. Hope you have a nice time wherever you are, and be kind. And we're just going to go into the screenshots now.